Pleroma is corporeal, made of atoms. In the Valentinian understanding, the Pleroma is not an abstract or formless principle. It is a living, ordered fullness composed of indivisible, structured units often called Aeons. These are not merely symbolic principles or vague spiritual notions. They are corporeal entities made of what ancient philosophers and Valentinian teachers alike referred to as atoms. These are indivisible, energetic realities that constitute all that is. The Aeons, though spiritual, are not without form or substance. They are the building blocks of the Pleroma, real existences in contrast to the vacuity of the lower world. The comparison between the philosophical views of Democritus and Epicurus and Valentinian cosmology is made explicit in Against All Heresies, where it says, again, adopting the ideas of shade and vacuity from Democritus and Epicurus, they have fitted these to their own views, following upon those teachers who had already talked a great deal about a vacuum and atoms. These men call those things which are within the Pleroma real existences, just as those philosophers did the atoms, while they maintain that those which are without the Pleroma have no true existence, even as those did respecting the vacuum. This statement is crucial. The things within the Pleroma, the Aeons, the first created, the only begotten, are real substantial beings, not concepts. Their reality is parallel to atoms, indivisible, fundamental realities. The void, or what is outside the Pleroma, is the opposite, not evil, not demonic, but non-being, the condition of vacuity. What exists within the Pleroma is being. What exists outside is not being or shade. The lower world, full of form and decay, is a pale image of the true forms above. Just as Democritus described sensory experience as a shade of reality arising from atomic configurations, so too do the Valentinians maintain that the world below is but a copy of the true corporeal forms above. These atoms of the Pleroma are not abstract particles, but indivisible carriers of essence and function. They are not geometrical, nor are they metaphysical in the modern sense of the word. Rather, they are living types, not alive in the sense of breathing creatures, but in the sense that they are active expressions of the very energy and motion that sustains being itself. They do not possess consciousness, but they convey the forces by which God, through the Son, emanates structured existence. The perception of spiritual beings as formless is rejected in the Valentinian fragments. According to Theodotus, but not even the world of spirit and of intellect, nor the archangels and the first created, no, nor even he himself is shapeless and formless and without figure and incorporeal, but he also has his own shape and body corresponding to his preeminence over all spiritual beings. This declaration affirms that corporeality is not limited to physicality as we understand it. There is a spiritual body, a structured essence, which belongs even to the highest. The Son, the only begotten, has a form and body proper to his nature. The seven Aeons, too, possess forms and ranks, not in a hierarchical sense of superiority and inferiority, but in a harmonized structure of unity and mutual reflection. Their bodies are not male and female like those below, but they are still real, distinguishable, and fully actualized. The distinction between higher and lower is not between corporeality and incorporeality, but between substantial corporeality and vacuous imitation. The corporeality of the Pleroma is not of decay or limitation, but of perfection and stability. It is not unsubstantial, as Theodotus says, for in general, that which has come into being is not unsubstantial, but they have form and body, though unlike the bodies in this world. Thus, the Pleroma is not an abstract realm of unformed light, but a realm of bodies, pure, incorruptible, and indivisible. The Aeons, including the Son and the first created, are structured beings. They are atoms not in the sense of being mere particles, but in the ancient understanding, indivisible units of reality. Even spiritual sight confirms this truth. Theodotus concludes, "Yet that which sees and is seen cannot be formless or incorporeal. But they see not with an eye of sense, but with the eye of mind, such as the Father provided. To be seen is to have shape. To perceive is to have structure. The Pleroma is a world of visibility, intelligibility, and presence. It is filled not with abstract forces, but with formed beings whose bodies are suited to their purity and eternal role. Their seeing is not physical, but it is still directed towards structured form. The eye of mind does not see an abstraction. It sees what is. Therefore, to see and be seen is a relational act grounded in form, substance, and presence. The Pleroma is not a dream or illusion. It is corporeal, not in flesh and bone, but in essence and reality. Its atoms are the Aeons, the indivisible bearers of divine expression. Its fullness is not the absence of limitation, but the perfect completeness of structured being. In this vision, God is not surrounded by vague light, but by an ordered family of Aeons, each with body, form, and placement in the wholeness of reality. The Pleroma is corporeal, made of atoms, not particles in space, but indivisible, living realities in the highest order of being.